advice do you have for single people looking for love today?
I'm going to use an example for how you should shop for a man if you're a woman, let's say. For instance, when Joy was looking to get married, she was at that point in life. She says, I think I'm ready, so on and so forth. She said, I'm going to take a piece of paper and I'm going to draw a line down the middle and I'm going to write on this side all the things I want in a man. And on this side, I'm going to write all the things I don't want in a man. She prayed for a man who would love music. She paid for a man.
But number one.
But that's second.
Oh.
I mean, not second in order. I was coming to that.
Oh.
Okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay. You really sorry?
I am.
All right. You mean it? You gotta. Okay. All right. The first thing she wanted was a godly man. Second of all, she wanted a man who was musical, someone that would appreciate her talent and her music. And, you know, she just had this whole list. Someone that wants kids and so on and so forth, that would be fun in the industry together, that they could enjoy what they want to do in the future. And it wasn't long when Joy was first working in the music business. One of the first producers that she started to work with was Rodney Jerkins. We got on an airplane and we flew from California to New Jersey to go meet Rodney as a producer, so he could do a couple songs on her first album. And when we got there, she wasn't there a half a day, I guess. And the next thing you know, Rodney comes out of the studio and he says, you know, Pop, he goes, I love your daughter. He goes, I'd like to marry her. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. He goes, I think Joy's wonderful. I said, okay. And I didn't say much about it. I just kind of left it at that. And I didn't know if he says that to all the women or that was really a serious thing. I thought, producers, you don't know. Before Joy left, however, she did sign the wall. At the recording studio, they have this big wall, and anybody who's recorded in Rodney's studio would write a little something. Well, Joy wrote on there, well, maybe I will marry you. She wrote something on the wall to the effect of accepting his little saying of saying he wanted to marry her. And 5 years go by. I hadn't heard anything again about it. Meantime, she's been on tour. She's been around the world. And we get one day a call. And Tiffany tells me, she says, we have to go out to by Santa Barbara, that Michael Jackson's having a big festivity and that they had invited Joy. They want her to do a few songs and we're gonna all go. So we went as a family. And guess who's there? Rodney Jerkins. And he takes her for a ride on the Ferris wheel. And all night they talk, and then they talk some more, and then they continue to talk. The whole night was Rodney and Joy and Rodney. And then we went home, we got back, and then they started calling each other every day on the phone, talking back and forth. And it was such a short time. It was only a matter of months that the word marriage pops right back up 5 years later.
Hey, it kind of sounds like us. When you think about it, love at first sight, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you said, you knew you wanted to marry me. I was the one for you.
I did.
He knew he wanted to marry her. She was
no
the
doubt
one for
in his
him.
mind.
And then he asked you, can I go ahead and marry her?
Yeah,
And
he came right over to the house one day. Rodney says, can I speak to you? And Rodney pulls up, and he has a bouncer with him, and I'm thinking, oh, what is this?
Bodyguard?
He has a bodyguard or whatever. And of course the guy waits outside, and we sit on the sofa, and Rodney starts telling me how much he just wants to take care of her. He goes, I just want to cherish her. I just want to love her. I promise I will always be there for her. He was winning my heart over at that point. I mean, he did all the things he should do. And I actually looked into his eyes and I believed him. I was at that point convinced that Rodney would love her and cherish her and take care of her. Even though they had a short term getting on the phone together, most people would say it's not enough and it'll never fly. Well, not only does it fly, man,
they have a great relationship.
They're out of the world. Oh yeah,
I'm looking at you.
For him to join our circle, let me tell you, it was a hard decision, and I made it right away. I was glad I made it, and now I'm even more glad I made it.
See more of Helena and Randy on NUVOtv's House of Joy.